You probably only have peas from a bag in the freezer as a vegetable with your dinner. Fresh snap peas, a flavor of spring, is combined with other fresh vegetables, including that bag of frozen peas, with a sharp vinaigrette to create my spring pea salad. Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Let's Celebrate TV. I'm your host, Peter Lee. Today, our celebration is all about spring, and we're going to be making my spring pea salad. So let's get started. Now, I love the springtime, and I love all the new fresh vegetables that come in and all the produce. And it's that time of year where you kind of want to start eating a little lighter. Summer's coming right around the corner, bathing suit season. So I'm going to share with you this really simple salad that you can make all year round, not just in the spring. We're going to start with vinaigrette. This is a very tangy vinaigrette. And we're starting with this because we want all the flavors of it to kind of get them together, marry, and get to know each other. We're going to start with, in my little bowl here, my graduate, the zest of 1 lemon. Right in. Next is lemon juice. I have freshly squeezed lemon juice, 2 ounces or 60 mils, and always use fresh. You can get lemons all year round, so please use fresh. Now we need a little more acid to go with that, to kind of round it out. I have some red wine vinegar, just a tablespoon, which is about 15 mils. Right in. Next flavor, I have here 1 medium shallot that I just finely diced. Now shallot is kind of in between garlic and onion. It's part of all the same family. It's great in dressings and sauces. It gives you that little kick of heat. Extra virgin olive oil next, a good one. 2 ounces, 60 mils, right in. And then finally, we're going to season this with some salt and pepper. Just a good pinch and a good grind. Now, I'm going to give this a little whisk to combine. You don't have to worry about drizzling the olive oil to emulsify it. It's not that type of dressing. So we'll just give this a little whisk, just like this. And that's all we need to do. Now I'm going to put this behind me. This is all just going to hang out back here. All those flavors will get to know one another. Now let's talk salad. I have a nice big platter here because I'm going to be serving this in the middle of my table for everyone to help themselves. This starts out with some spring mix. You may not have spring mix in your part of the world, but spring mix here anyway is just a selection of lettuces, usually baby lettuces, of different types. There's red and green, there's arugula and butter lettuces, and romaines, and it varies in different places. But some sort of mixture like this is what I like to use. We're simply going to just scatter some about to fill the bottom of the platter. Now I don't know if this is 2 ounces or 5 ounces. It doesn't matter. You use however much you like to have a nice bed of greens. That's pretty good for me. And you see all these colors in here. There's beet tops and there's red lettuce and baby spinach. There's all kinds of good stuff. Next, we want to have a little crunch and a little kick, So I have some radishes. Here are my radishes, and these are particularly large ones that I got. So I use 6 of them, use 8 or however many you like. I slice them very thinly. I use my mandolin, but you can do it with a knife too. And again, scatter them about artfully, messily. You could put in the extra effort and make it an arranged salad like a Cobb salad, but it's really not necessary. This way, everyone gets a little bit of radishes, a little bit of everything. And you can't go wrong. There's really no right or way to do this. There's no right or wrong way, I should say. So scatter them about. This salad is all about texture, crunch, surprise flavors. Our next ingredient is the first type of pea that we're going to be using this. We're going to be using sugar snap peas. Now what is that? This is a sugar snap pea. It's in the pod. The entire thing is edible. They're very sweet like sugar, and they have a great crunch. Now all I did with these is I blanched them, and blanching is when you have a pot of boiling water, you plunge them into the boiling water for say 30 seconds to a minute, and then you put them in an ice bath. Now what does that do? That makes them brilliant green. It locks in the color, wakes everything up so they'll taste better. This is what it looks like when they're blanched. Can you see the difference? How bright green this blanched one is. So they're both delicious, but that's what we've done today. Now I have here 8 ounces or 250 grams around of some snap peas, and I just cut them in half. Some of the smaller ones I left whole, but I cut them in half so that you're not getting a whole pea pod at once, and that way you still know what it is you're eating. Again, we're just going to scatter about. I mean, you can't be any easier than this. Okay, our next ingredient, again, is peas. This time, we're using frozen peas that I've let thaw. I have 6 ounces, around 130 grams I just bought a bag of frozen peas from the supermarket, measured it out, and I let them thaw. Why am I using both of them? The sugar snap peas have a slightly different flavor. They're gonna have some crunch, a little different texture. These are gonna be creamier. They're gonna give you that little pop of sweetness. And it's just all about that layer of experience and textures. And again, scatter about. It really doesn't get any easier than this. One more ingredient. I want a little more crunch. I want a little more flavor. So I've got an English cucumber. English cucumbers, you've seen them. They're long, they're wrapped in plastic. And all I did was I took one, about a half of one, and I cut it into half moons. These are great because they have crunch, they have a little different sweetness, they have a freshness, and they have a very thin skin, so you don't have to peel them or anything. And they're almost seedless, so the seeds are very digestible. Now, if you're paying attention, you know what else we're gonna do. We're gonna scatter it about. You may know these as hothouse cucumbers in your part of the world. And again, you can get these year-round. Now we're gonna add a little herbage. We're gonna add some mint. Now you're wondering, mint? Mint and peas are a marriage made in heaven. They go so well together. And with that lemony vinaigrette, it's gonna be delicious. So I have some mint here. I have about 8 to 10 mint leaves. I just roughly chop them. And you may think this is odd, and I used to think that too until I started making this salad. Oh, I love the smell of mint. Beautiful. It's just so amazing. You don't think of these flavors together until you have them, and it's like, wow, where have I been all my life? Finally, we're gonna add some feta cheese. I have about 6 ounces, 170 grams, crumbled feta. I just bought this from the store, just like this. We're scattering about. You could use, if you don't care for feta, you can use goat cheese, you could use blue cheese, whatever you like. This is going to add some salt and again, texture. Here's our salad. We're about ready to dress it. Let's get that vinaigrette. And we're gonna give it another little stir, little whiskey. All right. And we're just going to pour this about. You would want to dress it right before you serve it. And it doesn't seem like a lot for this amount of salad, but it really is the perfect amount because you are just highlighting the vegetables. You don't want to drown them in the vinaigrette. And I think for me and my husband, good ground black pepper. Right at the end. There we go. Now how beautiful is this? And now it's time for my favorite part. It's time for the tasting. I'm just going to take a little plate that I have here and my little purple tongs. I need my wine too. Mustn't forget the wine. I'll just take a little bit right from the corner here. No one will notice or mind. And we're just gonna have a little taste. I especially want one of these pea pods. A little bit of the greens. Or a big piece of the green. That is delicious. It's fresh, it's crunchy. That vinaigrette, pow, with the lemon and all these flavor, little saltiness from that Greek cheese, that feta. Yeah, this is a good salad. And you can serve this as a side dish or a main meal. It's delicious. I think I need to wash it down. So, as always, guys, we will see you on Tuesdays for our regular episodes, Fridays for Cocktail Friday, and every other Sunday, it's Let's Celebrate TV Live. So, while I go have some salad, I want you to watch some of these episodes over here. Until next time, cheers.